The courtroom smelled like old paper and polished wood. I sat at the far end of the bench, hands folded tightly in my lap, trying to keep them from shaking. My older brother Daniel sat confidently beside my parents. He wore a navy suit, looking every bit like the successful son they always bragged about. And then there was me. When the judge asked my mother to explain the dispute over my grandmother's estate, she didn't even look at me. "It was always meant for Daniel," she said smoothly. "He helped her with everything." My father nodded. "Our younger daughter, well, she's just the little sister. She wasn't involved, just the little sister." Those 4 words felt heavier than the courtroom walls. I was the one who drove Grandma to chemo appointments. I was the one who stayed overnight at the hospital. I was the one who paid for her medication when Daniel was too busy, but none of that mattered, apparently. Because in my family, Daniel was the golden child, and I was just background noise. The judge, an older woman with sharp eyes and a calm presence, turned to me. "Miss Carter," she said gently, "do you have anything to add?" My throat tightened. My parents looked annoyed, like this was a waste of time. I stood up anyway. "Yes, Your Honor," I said, my voice trembling at first. "I do."
I walked to the center of the courtroom holding a small brown envelope. It wasn't thick. It wasn't fancy. But it held the truth. "My grandmother asked me to keep this safe," I said. Daniel shifted in his seat. "This is ridiculous." The judge raised a hand. "Let her speak." I opened the envelope and handed the document to the clerk. It was handwritten, signed, dated. My grandmother's final letter. The courtroom grew silent as the judge read it quietly. Then she began reading aloud. "To my granddaughter Emily, the only one who stayed, the only one who cared when I was too weak to stand. I leave my home, my savings, and my trust in her hands." My mother gasped softly. Daniel stood up. "That's fake." But it wasn't. There were medical records attached. Appointment logs. Bank transfers from my account covering her bills. I hadn't done it for money. I had done it because she was my grandmother. The judge adjusted her glasses. "Was this document ever submitted to the court before today?" she asked. "No, Your Honor," I replied. "Because I was told I didn't matter." My father scoffed. "She's being dramatic." The judge looked at him sharply, and then she said 2 words that changed everything. "Case adjourned." But she wasn't finished. When the courtroom reconvened after reviewing the evidence, the atmosphere had completely shifted. My parents no longer looked confident. Daniel wouldn't meet my eyes. The judge folded her hands and looked directly at me. Then she turned to my parents. "You dismissed her," she said calmly. "You minimized her role. You reduced her to just the little sister." Her gaze hardened slightly. "But this court recognizes contribution." She paused. "And loyalty." Daniel's lawyer tried to interrupt, but the judge silenced him. "Based on the handwritten declaration, financial records and witness statements, the estate shall be transferred to Miss Emily Carter." The room felt like it tilted. My mother whispered, "This can't be happening." The judge gave her a steady look. "It is." Then she said the 2 words that finally gave me back my voice. "She matters." Not just in court, but as a person. For the first time in my life, someone in authority saw me, acknowledged me, defended me. I didn't look at my parents as I walked out of the courtroom. I didn't need to. I wasn't just the little sister anymore. I was the one who showed up. And sometimes that's what truly counts.